Chapter 115. I want him to die. Imperial Palace, Jingde Hall. Lan Yunhai sat in the main hall, waiting anxiously. Every minute Qin Yedian came late, Lan Bingxuan's life was in danger. At this moment in the main hall, besides Xiao Luyang, Nie Tian, Zhang Yifeng, and Lan Bingchen, there were two figures, Jin Mingxin and Qi Feng. Both of them learned what had happened from Jin Debao, and knew that Nie Tian had arrived at the palace, so they rushed over without stopping. Lan Yunhai was also slightly surprised. He never expected that Nie Tian's influence would be so great that even Jin Mingxin and Qi Feng came over. Above the main hall, there was a dead silence. Without any sound, everyone was waiting for Qin Yedian to appear. If Qin Yedian could not bring Ye Yuro here, then today's Jingde Hall would be a bloodbath. Nie Tian had already decided in his heart, if he couldn't see Ye Yuro, his next step would be to rush into the Bingyi Palace and directly ask Lan Bingji to ask for someone. And if Lan Yunhai stopped him, Nie Tian wouldn't mind fighting the royal family face to face. Although Nie Tian is not strong enough at this time, Zhang Yifeng, Jin Mingxin, Qi Feng, and others will stand by his side. So he doubted very much whether the royal family dared to go to war. Lan Yunhai also sensed that Nie Tian's mood was not right, and he just hoped that Qin Yedian would bring good news. Your Majesty, Commander Qin is back. Qin Yedian was still hundreds of meters away. Xiao Luyang already sensed his breath, and hurriedly said to Lan Yunhai. Everyone looked out of the hall. Qin Yedian was holding a corpse in his hands, followed by two little maids, and the two little maids were leading a little girl. It was Nie Yuro. Brother Nie Tian. Nie Yuro hadn't entered the hall yet, but when she saw Nie Tian from a distance, she ran towards her with a crisp voice, and couldn't help crying. Nie Tian hugged Nie Yuro in his arms, waited for the latter to cry enough and calm down, and then checked it carefully. After making sure that Nie Yuro was fine, Nie Tian's tense expression eased a little. Lan Yunhai saw Qin Yedian carrying Qin Yulong's body in his hands. His face darkened, and he asked, Qin Yedian, what's going on? Qin Yedian knelt on the ground, pointed at Qin Yulong's body, and said, Report to your Majesty, this is my third son, Qin Yulong. He was the one who took away Miss Nie Yuro. This son of my servant is a dandy and has a bad reputation. Your servant, I wanted to discipline him strictly, but I never had the time. There is a little personal grievance between Quanzi and Mr. Nye, and I have always held a grudge, so it is really painful to do such a wrong thing. Your Majesty is incapable of teaching your son and has made a big mistake. Please punish him. After Qin Yedian finished speaking, he was crying bitterly and bowed deeply to the ground. Lan Yunhai frowned slightly and said, Then how did he die? Qin Yedian wailed, and said in pain, After learning what happened, I couldn't bear to see this son commit crimes again, so I became cruel and put him to death with my own hands. Killed my son with my own hands. What a righteous way to kill relatives. Lan Yunhai raised his brows and said solemnly, Qin Yedian, the lonely family has misjudged you. I didn't expect you to do such an astonishing move. Lan Yunhai's voice was icy cold, with a chill in it. He is not a 3-year-old child, so of course, he can tell that Qin Yedian is talking nonsense. Killing Qin Yulong is killing people to silence them. Lan Yunhai knew in his heart that the mastermind behind the kidnapping of Nie Yuro must be someone else. So who could this person be? Who would make Qin Yedian prefer to sacrifice his son to protect him? Could it be? Lan Yunhai's expression changed abruptly, and a name appeared in his mind, Lan Bingji. Lan Bingji is Qin Yetian's nephew and has always had a close relationship with the Qin family. Reminiscent of Lan Bingji's loss to Nie Tian at the Baiyun Freshman Martial Arts Competition, Lan Yunhai guessed that the whole thing was probably planned by Lan Bingji secretly. Lan Yunhai suddenly gave Nie Tian a weird look and was startled by the lingering murderous intent in the latter's eyes. His heart shuddered, and he sighed, Bingyi, you shouldn't offend Nie Tian. Offending someone you provoked an insignificant person may bring disaster to the royal family. At this moment, Lan Yunhai suddenly remembered what Nye Tian had said. If you reject my conditions, the Lan Yun Empire will be doomed. Now it seems that Nye Tian must have been aware of the whole incident, otherwise, it would be impossible to give Qin Yedian only half an hour. Moreover, Lan Yunhai faintly felt that Nye Tian did have the strength to bring disaster to the Blue Cloud Empire. Thinking of this level, Lan Yunhai couldn't help shivering. Lan Yunhai could tell that Qin Yedian was talking nonsense, and Nye Tian could also tell that everyone present is not a fool. It is okay for Qin Yedian to deceive a 3-year-old child, but it is impossible to deceive this group of smart people. Nye Tian looked at Qin Yedian coldly and didn't speak. Lan Yunhai glanced over with gloomy eyes and said, Qin Yedian, the lonely family is very pleased that you can kill your relatives righteously. But you can't escape your responsibility for this matter. Qin Yulong is your son, and you can't escape the accusation of being incompetent. Miss Nye Yuro was kidnapped in Wuxia, but the Imperial Guards under your command didn't notice it, and you can't escape the charge of dereliction of duty. Double crime and punishment, you can't absolve yourself of the responsibility. Lan Yunhai knew very well that this matter had something to do with Lan Binji, so he naturally didn't want to delve into it, so he simply punished Qin Yedian casually and exposed it. Your subject is willing to be punished. Qin Yedian said with his head bowed, his back already covered with cold sweat. However, he was already relieved a lot. Lan Yunhai's words were intended to cover up. Seeing that Nye Tian was silent, Lan Yunhai coughed dryly and said, Mr. Nye, you are the victim of this matter. How to punish Qin Yedian is up to you to decide. When Lan Yunhai said this, he took care of Nye Tian's emotions and let Nye Tian spread fire on Qin Yedian. Nye Tian looked at Qin Yedian coldly, with an undisguised killing intent pervading his body. He opened his mouth heavily and said word by word, I want he death. The cold and deep voice fell, and everyone's faces froze at the same time. No one thought that Nye Tian would make such a request. If it wasn't for Nye Tian's gloomy face, everyone would have thought he was joking. Of course, Nye Tian knew that Lan Binji had done this, and Qin Yulong was just a scapegoat. Since Lan Binji didn't dare to come out and admit it, then Nye Tian was going to abolish Qin Yedian. Lan Yunhai froze for a few seconds, finally laughed out of embarrassment, and said, Mr. Nye, your punishment is a bit. Before Lan Yunhai could finish speaking, Nye Tian interrupted forcefully and said, Your Majesty, if you think my punishment is too much, you don't have to carry it out. Lan Yunhai looked at Nye Tian and suddenly felt a suffocating fire in his chest, unable to swallow or spit out. But he still said kindly, Mr. Nye, please change your punishment method. Nye Tian raised his eyes to look at Lan Yunhai and said, This is the only way I can punish. If your Majesty doesn't want to kill Qin Yedian, then forget it. After finishing speaking, Nye Tian turned around coldly and said, Take me to see the princess.